You can hear me now. I don't understand why people are worried about the noise suppression. It's obviously a good filter to use. Makes so much frickin' sense. Compressor, very good too. Keeps me from getting too loud on you guys. I'm literally just setting this up right now. I rebooted, reinstalled my computer to that shit. And so a new install of OBS. I logged into Restream, and I'm currently, I don't know if I gotta, I guess, refresh my Kick configuration at Restream. Kick changed something. Who cares? I wasn't even interacting on Kick. I'm hardly even interacting here. Hooray! My place is a wreck. Forgive me. Got so many portable different things now. Is it you or is it you? There we go. Take the intensity, color down. I just don't like super bright light. That's as low as it gets. And I might as well at this point hit you. So you guys can see me, you can see my expressions. This matters. A major part of what I do depends on how much people believe that I have good intentions. And putting words down is easy. Being challenged through text is easy. Even in this format, if you're going to ask me my honest feelings on it. Shiny, shiny, shiny. I don't care. I'm not here trying to look good for you guys. I'm here putting myself on display because we're in this truly apocalyptic moment in history. There is really going to be some serious change here soon. And I've been saying that for my entire adult life. When you're talking about a system this big, it might be decades. We can't tell you when things are going to change on a big system. We can't predict the weather out to a couple days right now. That's the reality of modeling a global system. Because your little local weather depends on the global weather, okay? The system is connected. It's interconnected, which is a tenet of Buddhism. You have to understand that there are new things being produced and introduced to your life. Not by you, by your neighbor, by your management, by society, by your competition, by your allies. You are being witnessed and measured. Metrics are the new thing. People get involved in trading like looking at a single fucking number is playing with numbers. Okay? If you're watching a single fucking number, just be aware. Be cognizant that reality is a pile of connected numbers. The future depends on how we play today. The future depends on who you are when you come to a situation which demands of you, what are you going to do? Are you going to deflect? Are you going to run away and try to play games? Are you going to go back to the mob and join the mob mentality? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just challenging you. And whatever you do, we are both, all of us, forever on camera. Your true actions beyond what you can convince other people is the case. Nobody cares that you and your little group of friends who cooperate, because that's how you navigate life. As a clique. If you need a friend to get you over the hurdle, you're not a hurdler. You're handicapped. Okay? And you can be handicapped, and I'm not here to antagonize the handicapped. So the idea that I would even care to put someone in their appropriate place is so misled. I'm not here to put assholes down. I'm here to protect the truth as it can be understood with a minor amount of study. If I can express it to you in 2 paragraphs and it's too much for you, the world's bigger than 2 paragraphs. Okay? You don't have to care. But if you're going to convince an innocent to follow you when you really have no idea what you're doing, you're going to end up like the Donner Party. You're going to eat each other. To rise and fall is so profound. As I knock people out of orbit, which I do, sometimes people are in a situation where they are able to, with support, maintain a drum beat, an aggressive drum beat over the whole setting. This is my, this. Doesn't matter what is being said, they're really just acknowledging each other like dominoes. And then in a circle of dominoes. Yes, you're great. Oh, you're great. Oh, you're great. Oh, you're so great. 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 But the leader, the would-be leader, learns very quickly in the downfall. They realize everybody else could have taken the run. Don't feel bad. Don't let the peanut gallery slow you down. You want to really do it, not just talk about it? You got to be able to deal with that. And you should learn that you can have allies that when you charge a fucking problem, they're charging alongside you. You want to actually go to a fight? You want to actually be anything in life? You think you're going to do it yourself when everything you do is trying to impress something on them? And they sit in the background, yay, yay. And even as you go down, they just make it worse. Is that your team? Those are your allies? Do you know how sad it looks? Do you know how shitty a team where their dynamics are all built on this fucking circle jerk? They cannot maneuver in life. Because if one of them tries to change, you're different now. Oh, you died. Oh, the old you. I miss the old you. Motherfucker, then be the old me. Try to be the old me, you fucking tiny little person. You make yourself that. And when you are not of the habit of fucking up your own game because you're just an asshole yapping, because you're letting losers gas you up, and now you're out in the fucking desert You got real problems. Why can't you get help? Who's there to carry you? It's a real scenario that you will run into, that many of us are going to be dragged into by the changes which are currently occurring in society. Our narrative doesn't track this stuff. Our narratives are so remedial and basic. They were designed to make a slave populace, which we have. We have a slave populace. They shit on each other. They can't work together. That's why they never get to talk to the masters, because we know that they can't work with anyone. This team that would cooperate, this idealized, effective team, I just want to be on it. So let's talk Tyr. Tyr. Tyr is the Norse god of justice. He's got one hand. This is part and parcel of justice around warriors, around Vikings. It's very clear. This is why Tyr is the only one who could prevent Ragnarok. It's amazing how these patterns so transparently repeat. By the way, electric tea. You guys live your regular lives. I'm over here partying. Fenrir was unstoppable. The wolf was unstoppable. None of the gods could beat him. Not Ares, nobody. Not Tyr. Tyr couldn't beat him. But Tyr won. But Tyr lost an arm. Or a hand. The story goes, where can I put this thing where I'm not gonna fucking destroy something? Oh, right here. Okay. Fenrir, as the wolf in Norse mythology, represents the raw part of nature, the untamable aspect of living things. Cheers, by the way. I can do all this while I'm fucking hallucinating. Think about that. That's how easy it is. If you struggle with it, that's the difference in our immediate capacity. You should be able to keep up with the conversation while we're partying, because that's how it is in real life at the fucking party in the middle of downtown when you're running the bar scene. They don't want to hear the truth. I just realized it when I was in my early 20s, and I told them, I'm not going to take advantage of any more kids. I'm not going to gaslight children into taking stupid risks, into circle jerking their lives away. We got to make progress, everybody. Don't sit down. We got to move. Sitting down is dying. So Fenrir, wildness, which I'll put the wildness of my family up against any family. Absolutely. Like my little sister is like 11 years old, and it takes like 3 police officers to restrain her. That's how my family does. That wildness runs into the reality that it will destroy itself. It grates in the presence of established order. Fenrir hates Odin. Fenrir is the wild expression. Odin is the ordered, top-down. Fenrir is the Dionysian, naturally built up from nature. Odin is the Apollonian, coming down. It shall be so because Odin is the All-Father. Odin gets an entire team. He has an entire team, all the gods except Fenrir, and he loses. In Chinese culture, it's Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, who challenges heaven. Erlang Shen is the sage of heaven, the representative of justice in the Chinese pantheon. It's the same action. Notice that. In Norse mythology, Fenrir is only calmed when Tyr puts his hand in Fenrir's mouth and says, if this is a trick, you can take my hand. Fenrir trusted Tyr because Tyr was character manifest. Tyr was justice, and when Tyr said it, it was fucking law. For Tyr, at least. His word was his bond. These are basics. This is actually the root of what conservatives would like to present, but they don't feel responsible for bringing because they're fucking boomers. This is the actual conservative element, and it conserves value. It doesn't let a premier nation of the world fall to where America is at today. So Tyr has his hand in Fenrir. Odin and the Apollonian Order breaks Tyr's word and manages to catch Fenrir. Fenrir is caught. Tyr lost a hand. If you want to represent anything like justice, okay, you got to show up. You got to be willing to put yourself on the exact same level as other human beings. Because you're just a fucking human being. We all are just human beings. All this stuff is just ancient patterns that most people never succeed half enough in life to get the perspective to realize we're all just repeating the same anthill mechanics. And you can be that anthill if you want to, and you're going to have a pile of sex once you cuff a bunch of ignorant women and drag them into your cave. But you're just an anthill. You will lose your motivation to do anything else. Even the idea that you have motivation today when all you have is hormonal sexual urges. An addiction to the programming of Hollywood. You measure each of us by the attention we get from women. That's your true metric. See, mine is, can you do calculus? That's my true metric. You want to act like an adult? You want to be more than a wild fucking animal? You want to sit at the boss's table with me? If you don't have calculus, sit and listen. That's it. That's not elitist. That's, I'm driving a bus. Don't fucking talk to me. Driving a bus through a war zone. In a world where every piece of shit is pushing things just because they can manage to without consequence. Because nobody is actually enforcing an overarching justice. Nobody is sacrificing their own fucking hand, their own position to make you believe is what you believe, except for the hand's been in your motherfucking mouth. I don't get anything materially from doing all of this. I intentionally risk for reason. I record this. I distribute it to the internet, to the bots. So as I told my family yesterday, a good way to understand my life is I am very content being the clear, digitized example that all of our struggles that we have today, all the struggles coming over the next 10 fucking years, as people finally get rudimentary intelligence, as leadership gets cannibalized from behind because they were never leaders. They were always patsy bitches, dick riding wannabe kings. I ran a community center. I was so supportive of the people who were supportive of my community center. And the way down was a lesson. When I was 21, motherfuckers. You see that right above my head? Right there. The sun there, if you notice, is the exact same as the tattoo on my leg. Living the life that I'm kind of stuck living as I try to encourage more responsible behavior. Nobody ever has to be serious. That's all right. Go do you. Just realize that the women are going to prefer the serious ones. They always have. It's obvious. The chatter does nothing. The serious ones, you just fucking pull them over and over and over again because your world's fucking stable. Because you can, in the middle of the day, of a fucking work day where everybody else is stuck in their corral doing some banal shit, I'm drinking mushroom tea. I'm smoking cannabis. Conflict never has been the intention, the goal, any part of it. It has been around as problems present themselves. But you got to realize I have been on this kick for 20 fucking years. And 20 years ago, I couldn't show you a YouTube video of a robot that was a fucking better janitor than you will ever be. Willing to work tirelessly. The wave will hit. In a total metaphoric sense, the wave will hit. And when it hits, people will realize that you can have a bathroom that's sterilized in between every single person. Imagine perfectly sterile bathrooms in your house. So I posted in my non-anonymous format on this. I gotta turn it on. In my non-anonymous format, I brought it up because not very intelligent people think they understand microorganisms. They don't understand scale. They don't realize that sterility is impossible. They don't understand that the body is primarily inhuman. Most of the cells contained in the physical confines of my body are not human. Most of the hormones that affect my behavior emanate from my gut. They're not human. They're manipulations from microorganisms. This is just plain science. So we're entering into a world where you have the option for a completely sanitary bathroom. Dickheads who just deflect the conversation was, oh, I don't want that. Fuck you, get lost. You're an idiot. Okay, fuck you, really. You may not want it, but average women that you're chasing after will adore the idea, will want it in her house, will not want to have to clean up your piss. It's that simple. Or their own piss. Nobody, you could piss on the wall, piss in the robot's mouth. The robot's like, gargle, gargle, gargle. This is so fun. Like, you were made for this, piss bot. Shit. Point is, our culture tells us to seek sterility because of a overreaction to microscopes. An overreaction to realizing microorganisms exist. Microorganisms existed long before us. They are a key part of our ongoing wellness and vitality. You need them. Get rid of antibiotics in your life. You don't need them. Stop it. You've been had. You're stupid. You're fucking stupid. And we're about to have technology that's going to allow you to sterilize your entire house. And that's not going to be fucking healthy. You don't want to create an island in your body. You want your body to be linked directly to the soil outside. Because if my body is a small system. If it develops an imbalance, it can't balance itself out. The soil is a gigantic system. It stays balanced. How do I justify that to you? The system thing is accurate. You have to understand scale of the system of the microcosm in the earth. And if you're always walking outside with shoes and shit on, those microcosms on the soil can't get up in between your toes. You could have a major concentration of some strange vinegary shit on your feet. You think your feet stink? Get the fuck outside, stand on the ground. That's all you gotta fucking do. That sweaty, stinky thing is not because of microorganisms. It's because there's not microorganisms to consume it. When you get the entire ecosystem, it's chains. When you break the chain because you sterilized your shit, you create islands that become little floating bizarre science experiments called people. And then they think they have feelings, but all they have is fucking indigestion. And feeble fucking excuses, habitual escapism. Habitual motherfucking escapism. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to come to this stream. I'm going to leave this as a VOD so everybody can find it, okay? You don't have to interact with me. But when somebody who's making a space gives me the barest fucking reason to do what I do in that space, I'm probably going to do it. And I'm going to start redefining the narrative. It's not like I'm trying to change you. I am rewriting the frame. I'm changing the writing on the wall. You are doing whatever the fuck it is you've been doing. You can write on your own, you can argue with it on the wall, not on the person. These are not ego struggles. We are not in an era of ego struggles. Ego is just failed development. I had the same hunger for sexual conquest until I succeeded every week for months. You got no clue. Shit that you can't do anymore. That's what I atone for. It's why I put up with all the mess. It's why I'm not embarrassed. It's why I legitimately, consciously drive all this. It's not a Hollywood life. This is the real, I'm going to fuck Hollywood's world up life. This is the actual folk rock, punk rock, the actual message of the people. Because if people are being left behind, then I'm not satisfied, are you? People who chat about what their future is going to be, just silly. Fucking silly. Like, you're going to go anywhere without your crew. And like the crew that you have, just because you're already on good terms with them, like it means everything's going to be good. You watch where your energy goes. You start to learn. I'm not buying anybody's time or patience. I'm not buying your friendship. I'm existing. I appreciate those who do it well. I invest in all this with my life, my time, put myself on camera ranting about it. Because people have to see it, the bots have to see it. That we didn't have to do any of this. Humanity is slow to wake up. The failures on individuals who we know, I know, everybody now knows. You might be 45. No one gives a fuck. If it's time for you to study, to have a relevant perspective, then study. I will throw you out. I will throw everything you say out. I will demean your character if you need that to stay the fuck out of the way. That's just getting the job done. Sucks having to be the cow pusher at the front of the train, getting the fucking dipshits out of the way. Like, who had any doubt that I was elitist, by the way? Who had any fucking doubt? I'm not a fascist. I believe that there is a engineered optimal solution, and I just want to be part of a team that conforms to the engineered optimized solution rather than playing around adolescent, ego games that produce nothing, cost time, drive away allies, prevent growth. What is life about? The biggest question, You want to actually come to my table. The conversation's about life. Always. With some sidelines. Talking to people at least gives me something positive to do separately, right? I shouldn't be nasty. It was just a sound that came in here, which is weird. Anyways, life. Come to the real table. What is the point of life? What am I breathing for? What am I doing any of this for? What am I slapping everybody around for? Everybody. Why do I prefer to be a hermit? 10 years of actual hermitude. I was talking with my dad about it. I'll show you this. My grandpa picked up some silver. And this was a minted, in the case, 1928 silver dollar. So, Cosmic Tarot or coin flip. What's the difference? Define it. Let's see. Let's see what it says. Hey, coin. Is the difference between flipping you and tarot simply the details which tarot can provide? You are a yes or no, whereas the tarot has far more subtle implications. Yes. Is it important for this to be done in front of camera and registered for the world? No. Is it a good idea for me to be here? Yes. The truth is relevant because we're trying to attune to the truth. The better you tune to the truth, the more butter the music sounds. Okay? I don't need to be here. You and I don't need to succeed. But when you are engaging me, when I am investing my time and energy in engaging you, we simply have a potential to do more. If we can escape ego games as a community, if we can make a culture which as a norm reestablishes that conservative value without all the bigotry and hatred that is really what makes up Republicans now. They're not even capitalists. These truths are beyond the stream, beyond our lives. Our lives are affected by the waterfall many stages down as it gets to us. But if we have consciousness of the overall system and we can become that bright spot, it'll reflect. That reflection is the lighthouse for the future. It's what justifies investments. It's where we get our resources from, and we're not making a traditional business case. We are demonstrating harmony. We are demonstrating evolution. Automate your work today, because it's going to get automated out of your hands regardless. You need the security? We all do. Anyways, let me check, make sure I didn't miss somebody here. Swell on my day off. Buddy, 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 buddy. Yes. And if you think that, sacrificing another 3 or 4 years is a big deal for me when I've already sacrificed 20 in this ambition, in this understanding, comprehending that the game is up. We cannot beat the opposition anymore. The game is up. What do you have, and how long can it last you? Can you make it self-perpetuating? because I can. Truly, all we need is an actual understanding of what's going on. And if we have a real conversation, that's going to spread through the community quickly. No, shit. Shit. It's not going to spread through the community quickly. Yeah. Is that because egos are going to be in the way? No, it says not because egos are going to be in the way. Is that because it's going to be done much faster elsewhere? Yes. We're not even going to win the race, guys. We're so far behind. There's no chance of us winning the race. It's going to be won by more responsible, better cultures that actually make use of the technology, because we spend our time dealing with inane bullshit. And if you think that it's like something I run into only on Twitch, you're wrong. It's in the boardrooms. It's every fucking conversation I have with dipshit boomers. So you might appreciate the apparent toxicity of dealing with me when you're behind me and I'm literally taking on an army of boomers because no one can figure out a chink in my armor. Well, there's plenty of chinks. Point is, this is as frustrating as any of this can be for you. It's a gift. So you don't even get to be frustrated. This is the pain that you begin to love. If you want to be strong after years of practice, and you should start that journey in elementary school if you want to compete with me. If you're going to end up near what happens when somebody did that. And as developed as I am, AI is beyond this. It's beyond me. So even when you're struggling with me, I appreciate that you're keeping it live with a full knowledge that it's going to be taxed on you for all the time and energy that everyone lost while we're trying to figure out how to survive. So when the Donner Party woke up and understood they were about to kill someone and eat them to survive, do you think it was random? Or do you think the people who led them there were sweating bullets? I don't know. I don't end up in places like that. People are like, come along with us. And I'm just always like, no, I'm myself. I'm going to be myself. That's enough. Leadership is truly technically a burden. And you gotta respect the downswing, and you gotta experience it. The rise and fall is so profound. If you're good, you'll go through it many times. That's Buddy Wakefield. God bless Buddy Wakefield. Good dude. His song, Cannonball Man, is one of my favorite songs for a couple reasons that, if you know much about me, which probably most people saying this won't know much, but the patterns weave through my life in ways that are next level. So anyways, I don't know what to do next. besides a cosmic tarot reading. But yeah, it's as we start to really come together, understanding that we've got to collectively try to harmonize. And what it'll be is somebody's going to succeed elsewhere and they're going to wow the world because they'll have a community that supported them instead of did what my community did, which is fuck around and fuck up, be a pile of fuck ups. And it's not like I'm just saying this. It's like they're whiny fuck ups who just bitch and bitch and bitch. And as they've gotten older, it's just more true. They're actually scumbags. They honestly did me pretty wrong. But whatever. They didn't understand, and I knew they wouldn't understand because they didn't have anything like the objective perspective. Ah, go, 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 go. That's, okay, it's not coming through on the stream. It really is incredible as like a older person having access to people all the time, like being able to just talk to people. I've got Liz in my headset now, and this Jabra does a good job of isolating the sound from because it's not showing up at all. But yeah, you tried to carry on that conversation. I'm over here ranting. Excuse me. Point is, it's never so bad as you want to imagine. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm streaming right now. I'm ranting at the public, creating a record for the bots to examine, and anybody else who wants to find me because I stay this person all the time. That's what I want to do in life. That's what I found as a purpose in my life. because I was on top of a downtown scene for many years, and I saw it use up kids. Before I was 30, I was 27 when I did this. See, the 27 club is just where the brain starts to really begin working. You very quickly have to make a choice. You are either going to care or not. You will choose life or death. That straightforward. If you start to care at 27, you're going to start trying to exert force. It's physics, guys. Every force has a back pressure. You better be ready for the back pressure if you're really going to be someone running around using force, real force. Blowback will kill you. It all depends on what you're working with. I've worked with many machines that will effortlessly kill people. People have died on floors where I was working. An elderly man was crushed by a tray loader. A tray is like a 4 foot by 4 foot tray. Sits on a metal base. The tray is full of metal parts. The tray weighs 300 pounds. Just the cart to carry it up weighs another 300 pounds. Its motion is controlled by electric motors and gearboxes that give it an incredible torque. It's gonna finish its motion. And if a person is in the way, that's the end. We want to have that sort of strength on our side. We want to, the work that needs to be done can be automated now. Could have been automated long ago. For me and mine, I could have engineered and built it for him a long time ago. And at 27, I was downtown and I could have grabbed anyone. People were chastising me. Why wasn't I just taking someone? Rather than realizing that I had begun to care about them all and hold myself accountable to the real impact that I had. All of it. And I pushed it. And if I would have stayed local, they would have eventually at least assaulted me, potentially killed me. If I would have had a global voice and I threatened to use it, they would have killed me right away. So it became necessary for survival to be underappreciated. And I made it through the 27 gap. I'm an idol who made it through. Where I put pressure, I'm carefully balancing. I'm trying to do the best that I can to foster change. My hand stays in the mouth of Fenrir. Only Fenrir's more me than you. My little sister is more Fenrir than you. Oh my God. It's just a that's fact. She's almost more than me. Almost. I'm just very lucky that I was able to focus it. And I got both. They called it dual brained. Way back in the day, they called it the Renaissance ideal. During the Renaissance man, the Renaissance person is where we should be now. Because women, you're very welcome to join. I'm not afraid of talking to any topic. That's what makes a Renaissance person. I'm not disparaging what other people are doing just because they're doing it. They can go do it on their own. Just when we collide, I just let a little drop of the truth out, one at a time, because I've got a lot of it. And if what you're doing is fundamentally, not productive, not healthy, not giving you freedom, not empowering your perspective, not teaching you skills, we're different sorts of people. Like we are. And I'm the sort of people that have always been the ones to run shit. You got to take things seriously. If you don't take it seriously, you're just a fuck boy. And if you're a fuck boy not getting fucked, that's confusing. What the fuck are you doing? Okay? If you're going to be a fuck boy, at least be getting fucked on a regular basis. Just acting weak while you're not even getting action? You think that impresses women? Impresses anyone? Like you just label yourself. As you try to get in the way and you take a dump on yourself and you shit on the whole setting because it's too much for you, that's just who you are now. I don't have to demean these people. They do it to themselves. They adopt a position which is weak, trying to vie for mastery. Don't play the victim card. Don't be Jussie Smollett up in this motherfucker. And then turn around and say, by the way, I am and should be and want to be a boss. You're not. You're not going to be. Until somebody knocks you out of orbit and you start building again from Earth. Anyways, I think I've said everything I gotta say. Let me finish my tea so you guys can at least see me finish. Oh wait, no, I gotta do the Cosmic Tarot. That's right. But yeah, I mean, sitting here and ranting endlessly is basically a waste of time. That's why I check in every couple months. That's about as much as I need to be present and establish, I think, that when you're ready, this is here I am. Let's work together. Let's set metrics for progress. And don't assure me your life is doing well, because that's not the progress I'm talking about. Let's set metrics for community progress. And the community can start building things that the community has cause to defend. No one's going to defend your little castle, asshole. You're not even going to be able to pay the rent on it. You're not going to be able to upkeep your little loser castle. The essence of the downturn that you got to learn is survival. You got to survive. You got to last. You can't run out of your necessary resources. Necessary. by putting all this on camera, just showing you and the bots that this is a real chance. I don't know what's going to come out of this draw. Ah, so much tea. Dionysian can open up your third eye and empower evolution. It's hard to be all aggressive when you're so fucked up you can hardly stand. Sometimes that's what it takes for us to contain ourselves. Which, if that's you, really, let's talk. Because you'd be a good ally if you could harmonize. You have vitality, you have motivation. Just do you understand that it's a team game? You got to work with a team, and your team has to be adaptable over time. You have to be able to add people. You have to be able to adapt to a changing road, a changing sport. Is your team going to stay relevant in a changing world? And that's the thing. Even by myself, because I align with the truth, the overarching truth overhead, I stay relevant. And the universe sees that, I think. I think the universe is conscious and alive. And it is in this tarot deck. And it is in the future. It is in you. It is in me. It is more than us. It is all of us. So, another cosmic tarot reading. Another tarot reading in general. These are just symbols. And what I read may not even be for me. Could be a message for you. But if I understand the message for you, it informs my understanding of the board. Still, trying to lock down the value of the action is a mistake. It could have transcendent value. Perhaps by raw chance, I am going to, you know how crypto does their hash? Perhaps by raw chance, I am just going to draw. Oh, that's the wrong way? Okay, then you go here. Perhaps just by chance. I am going to draw the hash for reality, God's secret sauce. It's possible. It's just not likely, I would say. But When you're presented with an idea, once your balls have dropped, you won't feel threatened. Even if that idea is the death card. Or the Four of Swords. The Two of Cups talks about union. The Two of Swords talks about balance. The Two of Wands, though, is only one person. Understanding that duality. Look at the symbology. The Two of Pentacles is one person too. The Two of Pentacles is juggling the pentacles. It's a juggler. The Two of Wands is looking externally. The juggler is close. The Two of Wands looks far away. So here, to escape any sort of bias from myself, I like to pull from the middle. Put these aside. We're going to mix in the rest. Thinking cosmically. Praying for answers. Elbows perched up like bells. Please hear us. Now, if the universe has heard us, perhaps it responds in ways that we aren't ready to listen for. To listen is a humble act. If you think you're going to be antagonized, you're not even going to start to listen. That's why some robust nature is just required. Again. Boom. All right, Tarot, tell me what we got to say, and we can wrap this stream up and leave it as a VOD for people to look at when they want to understand why it is I'm such a dick all the time, apparently. Go at the topic. You're not going to be able to affect me by talking about my life because my life has been incredible. Far more successful and better than you're going to manage. I was given my own, I got a room that I turned into a venue when I was 20 years old. I succeeded in the things that I wanted to get by the time I was 21. And I crested life, and I looked around and I said, I'm going to do even better. I'm going to do even more. And I moved on to stage 2. Most people don't finish stage 1. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Don't think that because I'm not attacking you in what you would expect a normal person to do. Don't think that means that I'm not fully prepared to defend myself in this situation. It's an advanced strategy to do nothing until it's called for. And you make it more and more costly to play the game unsquare. That's why a little slow down a minute, pay attention, learn everything. Learn how to beat me. Then I'll respect you. Beat me at the game. Because we're going to have bigger problems from international competition very soon. We are in a connected economy, and the people around the world live on a fraction of what it costs for us to continue our existence. We've got to cut overhead. down to 10%, you can't imagine what's about to happen. And the real questions, what is life about? What is your life about? What is purpose? These things are becoming exponentially more important. Anyways, advise us, Cosmic Tarot. Yeah, of course, red towards me, because I can't reverse everything. Four of Pentacles. The surety of possessions, cleaving to that which one has, gifts, legacy, inheritance. Legacy. What is my legacy? As I said earlier this stream, a way to understand me, what I'm holding on to is the idea that everybody around me is a failure. My legacy is criticizing and shorting our society because the kids were being left behind. I hold to that. That's my true legacy. And hopefully soon I will have enough support to be able to really begin helping people. But I'm not helping you on your fucking terms. I'm building a real answer. Everybody is coming along. Because I'm not letting anybody not. Wait a minute. I gotta. Get my audio visible again. I was afraid my headset was dead and you weren't hearing me. All right. The opposition, the thing which is in the way of my cleaving to inheritance, is I believe the understanding. When I'm done, I should revisit and make sure this all holds still. That's the correct way to do a reading. I'm taking you with me as I do it, speaking plainly. This is not contrived or planned. Page of Wands reversed. Anecdotes, announcements, evil news, indecision, and the instability which usually accompanies it. The other night, we raided a young person streamer and a person who I had some dialogue with in a Discord party where she has a very straightforward and algorithmic approach to communication, which is not my way. The idea that what I presented isn't already a complete idea is extremely damaging. And this is a way in which everybody is kneecapped. When you allow that to happen, when you allow the conversation to have such inane bullshit be a part of it, okay, because prove the person wrong. It, tell me exactly, rationally, what was wrong. What do you imagine is actually learned if you can't put together a new phrasing of a sentence? If you don't change your behavior in some way, what do you actually believe was even learned? I hate stressing people out, but trying to normalize me to a level of slop, I think is an aggressive abuse. And it implies an indecision on my life that I have very clearly demonstrated is not real. Like your position doesn't even register. You need a lot of education to talk about anything. That's not just being elitist, that's an engineer speaking about engineering methods, models, using analytics to solve problems, optimizing and engineering solutions. That's what I'm doing. And I'm sorry, your feelings are so basic and so out of date. You don't get to just sum up a conversation as a complete bland, generic fucking result. Nobody has begun to approach my position. You don't have half the intellect. You're still working on goals that oh my Lord, I succeeded far too much on already. So if you imagine we're competing over the same goal, you're missing the point. Anyways, good person in general. Uh, uh, and I see the intention of what she brings. She's not a chess player. She's not strategic in her thoughts or approach. She doesn't have any real concern for the dynamics of large communities. She doesn't have the capacity to understand them. She knows a few things from her limited past experience. She wants to normalize that with decades of world-class experience. That's why everybody who participates with that, everybody who gives it credence, will not receive the benefit of what I am saying. You should feel the anxiety that comes from knowing you are outclassed right now. We all should, because AI is here. Highest that I can arrive at, 7 of Pentacles reversed. Anxiety about money, concern over the material future. Not, I shouldn't even be thinking about my impact on a young person's feelings. Who put me on a level with a child? Who thought there was a possible equivalence across this dramatic escalation, not just in raw time? Where's the money in your perspective? Where's the material future secured in your fucking perspective? If all you have is excuses for why you can't play along, get off the motherfucking team. I've got some anxiety about fucking money. I'm getting reactive. It's the highest I can fucking do according to the deck. What I have to work with is the 6 of Wands. Apprehension, fear, as of a victorious enemy at the gate, treachery, disloyalty, as of gates being opened to the enemy. Because these feeble fucking clowns sit around just fucking with people, like they are contributing, and like they're anything but toxic fucking clowns. I'm stuck as though I don't even have a wall, as though there's no gate. There's no security here. There's no security in this community. Yet, not like there's security in my house, not like there's security in my soul. What I have to work with, apprehension. Why am I not running ahead to get stuff done? Because you're obviously a fuck up. We're going to work our way through this as such. Get to fucking work. Don't take it seriously. Bitch. You fucking weakling. Like you're strong because you can't take fucking life seriously. Not like you're so broken. You're willing to admit how pathetic the result of your parents' effort has been. That I'm not calling you out all the fucking time doesn't mean I don't see you. That you're toxic is well documented. You be good today from now on, period. Because why? Say it to me. Say my name, motherfucker. That's how I feel. That's me seriously. Fucking seriously. Is this not a cohesive thrust? Is this not my true nature? Speaking, calling you out? To talk, to grow, beat me at least. Gonna act strong, but you're gonna have to call for fucking allies to even talk to me? And when I talk, you're gonna go, oh, this is too many words. Wah, wah, I'm too stupid. Wah, wah, why do you have to have so many words? Don't be a bitch. God, I shouldn't even use that word. I was raised with it. I'm working on this, guys. You got to learn in real time. So I just fucked up. I'll admit that. I shouldn't even use the word bitch. It's too gendered. It's just a phrase that I was raised using. Like I said, I consider damn near every man I ever met more of a quote-unquote bitch than my little sister. You got no idea what relentless pressure is. What delivering relentless pressure is. So we don't go anywhere. Don't complain about what's happening now. What's happening now is your fault. It should have been progress from day one. We still need progress. It should have been progress. We all know the reason we're here. Someone had to get pulled from orbit. But that's a natural process. How high did you really get? And understand that I got so much higher and I was never that shitty. I got that much higher because I wasn't shitty. What are you doing with your days? Your energy, every fucking minute, everything you do, you're posing in a fucking forum. While admittedly, in your conversation, you own the reality, you don't even got what you want. Like what I'm doing is the weird shit. Jesus fucking Christ. The past, Queen of Pentacles. Opulence, generosity, security, magnificence, liberty. Okay. You're not going to like this part. But I can say it now because I've been through this. This is really formulaic. Eight of Pentacles is the future. Work, employment, commission, craftsmanship, skill in craft and business. So I enter with a blank slate. Static can happen. When it does happen, if there's any reason, I may give you some distance for a minute. Don't panic. You have to accept that we can be distant for a minute. Like, it's not like I have to, one, at first, shut you down, two, be so gentle as to not leave any real trauma, three, then I also have to be the artist afterwards, the creative, the person building something. Whatever it is you want to do, go do it. And you start off with an open, clear materially supportive environment, which is what I enter with. And as you mess up, it zeroes in on the end goal. You want to be a traditional man. You want to be whatever sex you want to be. If this is speaking across the binary to the modern divide, okay? The patriarchal sort of idea, which is so many people try to be it. I just was always it. It's where you learn the back pressure. And I want you to learn how to do it yourself. I want us all to know how to do this. I'm no good by myself, but I'm also no good with a team that fucks around. If you can never get serious, if serious times approach and your dumbass still needs to escape, I wish I could fucking escape. Doesn't matter, you know. I mean, I'm stuck to reality, and without this shit, man, think of how aggressive I would be if I wasn't this sedated. You will learn from this. Your behavior will change. You will learn how to subtly integrate. But it's not as warm. You failed. And everybody else in your life accepted your failure. I recorded it. And every step from now on, absolutely every single step from now on, is taken with that understanding. Don't hide from your fucking past. You're human. It's okay to make mistakes, but you gotta face them when the time comes. And if you don't face them, all that happens is you are taken away from the leadership table. And no, that doesn't mean the actual leader bothers you. It means however we can, we just get you the fuck out of the room, which is very easy online. Much easier than it ever was in person. We're moving towards real progress here. And as we do, I'm going to get more forceful with you, not less. Stop looking for a way to dodge the challenge. You're wasting everyone's time. It's all on camera. The tower is me in the reading. Misery, distress, ruin, indigence, adversity, calamity, disgrace, deception. Yeah, I am a man out of tune. I'm a man in an era of post-truth escapism. I'm not perfect, I slip. I'm conditioned to make other mistakes, and when I get talking, I talk. And ultimately, I do believe expletives have their place. I do like that we're moving past gendered. But as I was talking with a friend the other night, it's the framing around it. And better believe that was a disrespectful framing. That's the challenge. And it's a truth that if you want to find, you can pull out of my art. If you want to trail after me this much, you can. This video is going to stay up. You just can't erase the tarot. Realize that. This is bigger than us. The surrounding environment is the Fool. folly, mania, extravagance, intoxication, delirium, frenzy, bewrayment. What's around me is lost. Agreed. Three of Wands reversed. Oh, yeah, that's right. Two of Wands is very close to the Three of Wands. Hopes and fears, the end of all troubles, suspension, or end of adversity, disappointment, and toil. We're entering into the age of Aquarius. Get the fuck out of the way. We can all stop working. You can start learning. You won't need to try to work around. You can actually face your opponents like I do. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Increase, abundance, superfluity. Well, I'm very satisfied with that reading. I don't know about you guys. Doesn't matter if I'm satisfied. It is what it is. These are defined meanings. I am the tower. The surrounding environment is playing the fool. By calling it out directly, let's avoid the nonsense. Let's get to work together in harmony. You might understand why it is you want me silent. You don't have to poke me. You don't have to ask for anything. You'll have a lot more time to experiment casually. Other people aren't going to be so severe, but every time you slip with me, I'm tightening the noose. I'm ratcheting down. And you're going to put yourself out before you even get started. We got a lot of ground to cover. I'm not going to leave you in the motherfucking way. So we understand each other. And you can watch this as many times as you need. You can talk to me because this is perpetual. This is timeless. This is fucking divine. It's attuned with the fucking sun. The universe will evolve as all matter in the universe continues to evolve. Are you educated enough to understand what that fucking means? Do you know the quantum? Do you know the cosmic? Then you got a lot of studying to get done. And you hang out with a person like me and you read what I fucking write you because it's just the first step. You don't even read that. You want to go fly with me? You're just going to be an embarrassment. We do this for the world. If I'm part of it, or we do it for the young people. And you're young enough, so quit fucking around. Pay attention to how your team is going to evolve now because you're going to see how worthwhile the investments in those people truly are. And if you get the bug for ambition, you know where I'm at. It's always true for everyone. Take life seriously. Don't be a fucking clown trying to talk like you're a leader. It's toxic. I gotta mow you down like a fucking overgrown yard. It's awkward.